it was supposed to be a peaceful getaway. Danielle Carter, a 34-year-old single mother and FBI agent from Atlanta, had taken her 10-year-old son Miles to a small coastal town in Florida for a short vacation. After months of working undercover, she finally had time to breathe, to be just a mom for once. But the town wasn't welcoming. The stares started as soon as she checked into the beachside motel. The clerk's forced smile, the way people paused mid-conversation when she walked past. It all felt wrong. Still, Danielle brushed it off. The next afternoon, while playing frisbee on the beach with Miles, 2 local cops pulled up in a patrol car. Their boots hit the sand, hands resting near their holsters. "Ma'am," said Officer Bradley, his tone flat, "we got a report of suspicious activity. You mind telling us what you're doing here?" Danielle blinked. "Playing with my son. Is that illegal now?" His partner, Officer Miller, smirked. "Just checking. Folks around here get nervous when they see unfamiliar faces." Danielle tried to stay calm for Miles' sake, but anger simmered beneath her composed smile. "Well, officer, we're just enjoying our day. Maybe your folks should try it sometime." As they drove off, Danielle saw them laughing through the rear-view mirror of their car. Miles looked up at her, confused. "Mom, why were they mean to us?" She hugged him tightly. "Because some people judge before they understand, baby. But we don't let them define who we are." She didn't know then that this was only the beginning, that by tomorrow morning, her patience, her pride, and her identity would all be tested. Later that night, Danielle and Miles went to a local diner for dinner. The waitress, clearly uncomfortable, seated them in the corner, near the restroom. Danielle ignored it, trying to keep the evening positive for her son. But halfway through their meal, Officer Bradley walked in again, this time with 3 other cops. They took a table nearby, whispering and smirking. Miles tugged at his mother's sleeve. "Mom, they're staring again." Danielle kept her voice steady. "Ignore them, sweetheart." Minutes later, the sound of plates crashing broke the quiet. A white couple across the diner claimed someone had stolen their purse. The woman pointed toward Danielle's table. "It was her. I saw her near it." The cops sprang up like they'd been waiting for it. Bradley approached, hand already on his belt. "Ma'am, I need you to stand up." Danielle stared in disbelief. "You can't be serious." "Oh, I'm serious," he sneered. "Let's go outside." She rose calmly, her FBI instincts kicking in. She knew exactly what they were doing, trying to humiliate her in public. Miles started crying as Miller grabbed her purse and dumped it out on the counter. Nothing? Not even a receipt. Bradley's expression faltered. Maybe she ditched it outside. Danielle locked eyes with him. "You're digging a grave you don't even see yet, officer." When the diner owner stepped in, flustered and apologetic, Danielle took Miles's hand and left quietly. But inside, something changed. The professional restraint that had defined her career began to crack. These men thought they could intimidate her because she was a black woman traveling alone. They had no idea who they were messing with. That night, as Miles slept, Danielle opened her suitcase, pulled out a sleek black case marked Federal Property, and stared at her badge. Tomorrow, she decided, she was done playing nice. The next morning, Danielle walked into the town's small police station, calm, collected, and dressed sharply in her FBI-filled uniform. The receptionist barely looked up. "Can I help you?" "Yes," Danielle said, flashing her badge. "Special Agent Carter, FBI Internal Affairs." I need to speak with Chief Henderson immediately. The woman's face went pale. Within minutes, the police chief appeared, his confident stride faltering as soon as he saw her credentials. Chief Henderson, she began. Your officers, Bradley and Miller, harassed me and my child yesterday. They falsely accused me of theft and publicly humiliated us. Care to explain your department's behavior? The room went silent. The chief stammered, I'm sure there's been some misunderstanding. Oh, there's no misunderstanding. Danielle cut him off. I have the batch numbers, dash cam footage, and civilian witnesses from the diner. Shall I forward the evidence to the Department of Justice? Bradley and Miller entered moments later, completely unaware of who she was. The color drained from their faces when they saw her badge. Agent Carter? Bradley whispered, his confidence crumbling. Surprise, she said coldly. You spent your day profiling an FBI agent and terrorizing a child. Congratulations. The chief tried to smooth things over, but Danielle wasn't done. You'll cooperate fully with an internal review, and until then, these two are suspended without pay. I'll make sure your mayor hears about this. By the time she walked out, the whole station was silent. Outside, she called her supervisor. Yeah, it happened again, she said softly. Another small-town department abusing power, but I handled it. Her supervisor sighed. Take the rest of the week off, Agent Carter. You've earned it. She hung up and smiled faintly. This wasn't just justice. It was a reminder. You can take the woman out of the FBI, but you can't take the FBI out of the woman. The story didn't stay quiet for long. Someone at the diner had recorded the confrontation on their phone, and within days, the clip went viral. Cops harassed Black Mom. Instantly regret it. The internet exploded with outrage. News outlets picked it up. Civil rights lawyers demanded answers. The town's police department became a national embarrassment overnight. Danielle stayed silent publicly, refusing interviews. She didn't do it for fame. She did it for every woman who'd been disrespected, every mother who'd been treated like a criminal for no reason. Bradley and Miller were placed on unpaid leave, pending investigation. Chief Henderson issued a public apology, but the damage was done. Their faces were everywhere. Meanwhile, Danielle took Miles to the park back in Atlanta. The boy looked happier, lighter. Mom, he said, you're like a superhero. She smiled. No, baby. I'm just someone who doesn't stay quiet when people do wrong. The FBI later commended her professionalism. Her supervisor even hinted at a promotion. But Danielle's only thought was of her son's safety and pride. For her, the real victory wasn't the headlines. It was knowing that Miles had seen her stand up for herself without losing control. Sometimes revenge isn't about hurting back. It's about showing your strength so loud that the world finally listens. Months later, Danielle and Miles returned to that same beach. The air was cooler now, the waves calmer. This time, no cops showed up. The town seemed quieter, humbler. A few locals even approached her, some apologizing, others just nodding respectfully. Danielle forgave, but she didn't forget. She knew real change came not from anger, but from accountability. Miles ran toward the water, laughing. Watching him, Danielle finally felt peace. A woman nearby smiled. You're that agent from the news, right? Danielle chuckled. I guess I am. The woman hesitated. What you did? It made a lot of us think. My brother's a cop. He said your story changed how he sees people. That hit Danielle harder than she expected. Maybe, just maybe, her pain had planted something good. As the sun began to set, she whispered to herself, "Justice isn't revenge, it's restoration." She picked up her phone, snapped a photo of Miles against the glowing horizon, and posted it online with one caption: "Peace feels better when you've earned it." And for the first time in a long while, she believed it. Thank you so much for watching this story till the end. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe even learned something from it. If you'd like to hear more stories like this, full of life lessons, drama, and emotions, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll never miss an update. Your support means the world, and it helps me keep bringing you more inspiring and unforgettable stories. Stay tuned because more amazing stories are on the way.